expecting a bigger move than that today. But what I said on Friday was that if we didn't gap down, what we would do is have a really early drop to a low there by like 10 o'clock. And you can see I was wrong about the gap down, but right about what would happen if I was wrong. Sometimes that's the way it works. That's why it always helps to watch live or keep on top, like watch the chart and look at the reading. And if something doesn't go as expected, go back to the reading and see where you are in the sequence of events. And that's how I was able to determine that if it didn't gap down, that it would drop, because the sequence of events would have it be that way. Hmm. So we got that peace level that we had today. We have it again tomorrow. Bumping up against resistance, multiple failed attempts to break through resistance at the end of the day there, which I'd say is probably the peace level. What do we have as these? What are these lines here? Two and four of swords, i.e. the peace level. Look at that. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and say, like, this whole range right here is really what the peace level is. It's just I have it down here because there's a chart, but like it's here, right? We could write it again. I'm gonna write it in purple though because it's from the monthly and it's the trade advisement. Yeah, it's like right in here. See, I'm talking about the trade opportunity here on the 27th, and again on the 28th. We see the peace trade opportunity in both. So my sense is that we move to that resistance, and then from that resistance, tomorrow we should probably bump up against the same resistance. Oops. We've got the Queen of Swords, period of volatility with a sharp drop in there. We've also got the Unicursal tomorrow. So my sense is that here at the end of the day, in the midst of the highs, an opportunity to open up a short position. Excuse me, guys. This is an opportunity here to open up a short position. Wow, that makes a lot more sense to me now. Why I was being advised to close out of the short position here, and then open. Well, I mean, there's this opportunity in here to open up a long position and then close it at the close. But I'm talking about like right around the close. There's an opportunity to open up a short position. I may not have spoke of that in the original reading. I don't know, because it's something that I pick up on after seeing chart behavior transpire, and then I'm like, okay, well now there's this because it didn't happen that way. It's going to happen this way, if that makes sense. Um, and then tomorrow, high at the beginning of the day. Looks like a notable price swing there. This is the halting of a bullish trend. So overall, it looks like this will be a bullish day. No, I don't know about short position, guys. We may see a jump. There's possible that big move that I was seeing to the upside happens overnight. This isn't really like a gap up kind of move, but we've got adjustment energy here in the pre-market, and that sorrow card, the three pokes through the same price level. It's here in the pre-market. So I'd probably open up a short position tomorrow morning at the open in the midst of a move to the upside. I would do it when it's when we're at a highest price level thus far in the day. I wouldn't do it before that because we're gonna make a high here. So if it's not already a high, then that's not the right timing. You want to do it when it's a high already. It might keep going higher, but my sense is that rally first thing in the morning. Yeah, there's a really big move here first thing in the morning. Matter of fact, guys, this ruin is a big move higher as well. I didn't even notice that. But it offers an opportunity to open up a short position tomorrow morning in the midst of that move higher. So might be risky to open up calls now, though. It would have been better to do so here, obviously, because it looks like that's the second low. We've already created the second low. Matter of fact, it's even possible that this is the piece level up here. We'll have to see tomorrow. Hey, Lud Tiffy. I hate that saying, though. No good act goes unpunished. I think no good act goes unrewarded. You may just not notice it sometimes. Um, yeah, well, I mean, it's a learning ground. This world, it's a learning ground. But I totally agree with you. Elon Musk is my hero. He's like one of my all-time heroes. If I was a billionaire, I would be making like the same type of uh, like headlines because I very much think differently than everybody else in a lot of ways. I think that's probably how Elon Musk is. He's thinking outside of the box and finding things that are better solutions because he's not like succumbing to the norm, to like the status quo, to the way things have always been. He's constantly creating new and better ways to go about things, and he also probably believes 100% in that anything is possible because he doesn't seem to have any limitations on his creativity. That's why Albert Einstein said that creativity is so much more valuable than knowledge and intellect even. It's more valuable because we live in infinity and only creativity will bring you to further reaches. I don't think it's true in all cases, Lou Tiffy. I think there's a lot of good people that have been brought up in a world where we expect to go punished for doing good things, and that's why people do the wrong thing because they don't want to get punished. They want to. But I think the world is changing. It's changing quite fast, and the good people are coming out on top these days. Think about the corporations now. When a company does something really crappy and doesn't treat its customers correctly, they're leaving the door wide open for a company to come in and do the right thing, right? Like think of an example here is like with all the brokerages when they were charging fees, for, like commissions and whatnot, and then you have this one company that comes in, Robinhood at the time. I'm not saying they always do the right thing, but at the time they come in and they're like, "Look, we'll do what's right, and we'll do zero commissions." And what happened? They stole like half of the industry went to them, all because they were the one company that chose to do what was right. So that's happening more and more, my friend. Try to be more optimistic. You create what it is that you put into words. And also, it's a multi-dimensional reality, so it's very possible that your reality and my reality, the parts unspoken of, could be very, very different. Thus far, we could both be right about the way the world is. I don't think we could be, I think we are. It's infinity, my friend. But any shit anybody's got to say about Elon Musk, they can do it elsewhere. We only talk nicely. Like, I'm totally a fan, just like you, my man. Like, that would, if somebody was like to come on here and talk crap about Elon Musk, that would be like, get the hell out of here. Like, he's a total hero. He may save mankind. It may be his work one day that saves humanity and allows us to advance far enough to fix the situation that we've created for ourselves in this world. There's very few people that you can even say that now, like, oh, there's a possibility that his work could be what saves mankind. How many people can you say that about? Only a select few, and Elon Musk is one of them. I didn't get into Tesla at $20 because because electric cars were a good idea. Like, that's obvious, it's a good idea. Everybody knew electric cars were a good idea. I got into Tesla because it was Elon Musk. I got into Elon Musk. Anything that Elon Musk touches, I'll invest in, 100%. It's a state of mind success, and he has that state of mind. Tesla going to $50 a share, though? I don't know. Wait, you think Tesla is trying to destroy Elon Musk? How so? I don't get it. Oh, because of shares that he owns? I don't think it's going to $50. I got a no for going to $50. Oh my, it's at 111 right now. Oof. Is Tesla a buy right now? I got a maybe. So we do go lower. Oh yeah. I would totally buy Tesla right now. Tesla's a buy right now. Tesla's totally a buy right now. I'm sorry. Tesla's a buy right now. That's insanity. Insanity. I got to do the Tesla reading. Somebody was requested that. I don't know if I'm going to get to it though, because I just got two more paid subscribers last night. I got to do those readings first, and then I'm not doing any readings past the 29th because that's retrograde. All of my January readings will be completed before January. Uh, and this one's not marked up yet. I'm pretty sure. No, it's on my list. Oof, that's looking ugly. January February cusp is not looking good. Well, actually, really, most of February is not looking that hot for Tesla. I don't even have it going to 60. It goes to 70. I have it going to 70. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think most of the media is in most realities, the media is controlled by, uh, you know, like just the select few people in the world that have their own incentives to keep control in their hands. That's most realities, and the mass media is connected to and influencing most realities. So yeah, I think that's Elon Musk would be like an enemy to a lot of those people because he's constantly changing things up. He's making things new. He's getting ahead of the curve because he's thinking ahead. He's not thinking of what isn't possible. He's not thinking about, oh, how much is it going to cost. He's thinking about what needs to be done and how to do it. Period. End of story. Yeah, I would buy Tesla at 75. I got a yes. It's going to 70. I got a no going to 60, a no going to 50. I got a yes going to 70. So around 75, I would start buying Tesla for sure. And this is from somebody who owned Tesla at $20 and wrote it to his $1,600 split. Also owned Solar City, which inadvertently turned into Tesla shares. That was awesome. We need somebody to subscribe for the Tesla monthly so I can get that one out regularly. Because that's one that I'd like to see regularly. But I got to do the ones that are paid first, and there's like it's starting to add up. This is actually working, guys. We're gonna be able to like get a whole team. Not yet, but like probably 2-3 months from now, we'll be able to get a whole team if things continue to progress at this speed. Be able to get a whole team, not just like a few guys that we have, but like those guys will manage teams, and we'll do so much. We'll get so much done. All I will do is record, 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 and everything else will be done by somebody else, and we'll go so far ahead. I mean, this SO meta analysis, I could do the S&P 500 January 1st, 2029, 2050. It doesn't matter. Like it's the same. It works with timeless science. Time is not a part of how this works. Yeah, but that 111, you had me look at it at 111, so much appreciated for that, because that's like a huge synchronistic indication for me. If you're just hopping on, we were talking about how Tesla is going lower, probably to $70. And I think it's probably a buy. I agree with Lude Tiffy. It's probably a buy at 75 bucks. I mean, it's a buy now. If you ask me, it's a buy now, but it's going lower. In the grand scheme of things, it's a buy now, but it's probably going about $40 lower. There's better buys. It's still a buy in my opinion. Yeah, and then what we're talking about here is so that big move. I mean, we did have a big move here to reach the high, and there's a high correlation with the star card and this here, but in the grand scheme of things, like I would have expected a bigger move. I mean, look at it. It totally makes sense. So, like, the high forms after from a fast sudden move higher out of a decline. What happened? We have this decline and then a fast sudden move higher, and we get the high, right? A big move out of the lowest low for the day. Boom. I don't know about pushing the upper end of a range higher, but we hit resistance. Matter of fact, we probably do push the upper end of a range higher. That's just it, is that we have the second low here that we come out of, and we probably continue onward into the close to the upside, it looks like, possibly even opening up higher following day. It looks like a brief peak. Sorry, that's the wrong day. The following day, it looks like a notable move. This might be that adjustment card here, because this ruin is a big move, the wealth card is a big move. This is a notable rally that offers an opportunity to open up a short position, and there's a trade opportunity all combined in there. So we'll probably open around the same or higher, and then decline a little bit in the pre-market, and then a big move higher to a high, or like right around the open. I think the opportunity to get in on the long side was probably here, though. It would be risky to do so. I think it would be risky to do so, but we have all this adjustment energy towards the end of the day and then in the morning, right? So we had adjustment energy early in the day. Right? Adjustment energy, right? And what do we have? We had this big move, right? And then we've got adjustment energy here at the end of the day. We're seeing another move to the upside. And then there's adjustment energy here, and then there's also the sorrow energy combined with these multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. So this may be the resistance here. Looks like this is probably around the resistance here, but we might go higher. It might be a higher resistance. It could be all the way up here.
I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here.
Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, we were just talking about adjustment energy that we saw today. So on Friday, I basically said we're gonna have either a notable drop over the weekend, like a gap down, or if we don't have a gap down, we'll have a notable decline to a low first thing in the morning. So there you go. First thing in the morning, we have that low trade opportunity. Started around like 10, a little bit before 10 o'clock. Like right at 10 o'clock, really. And it brought us to a high, and there was a big move out of the low. There was also to reach the high, out of a decline, a fast sudden move higher. Both of those really do, make that true. And then we had this secondary low here. And the secondary low here, which was an opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of this decline. And I think what we're going to see is it continue to move to the upside. This trade opportunity at multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance is a little tricky. Like it's possible we go higher, or we kind of stick around right here, one of the two, making it kind of like a possible opportunity. I'm not like definitive on opening up a position here, because there's a lot of contradicting energies here. Basically, what we're doing, guys, is we're coming up on the edge of retrograde, like when we actually go into Mercury retrograde. And so I highly advise not trading. I'm not going to be advising people to trade. Like, I'm just going to shut my mouth about trades, because really you shouldn't be trading. It's not a good time. Mercury retrograde is not an auspicious time to be trading. Not because like you're going to be wrong all the time, but because silly things happen, like fat finger errors, or like the power goes out when you need to sell. Like, I mean, I'm talking from experience. I could like list off a million ridiculous things that happen that made me lose money and end up with pattern day trading flags and stuff like that. Always happens during retrogrades. So I highly advise not to trade. The best thing to do around the Mercury retrograde strategy. So you see these two vertical lines here. This is the period of time that we have the pre-shadow for retrograde. And then we go into retrograde here on the 29th. We come out of retrograde, I believe it's on the 18th. Let me just double check that. All right, here we go. We come out of it on January. Is that right? No, this is 2023. I almost got really excited. I was like, whoa, that's soon. Yeah, okay, here we go. So we come out of it on the 18th. Guys, this Mercury retrograde strategy is so reliable. I've been watching it. I've been watching Mercury retrograde and the S&P 500 in relation to Mercury retrograde since 2007. There's 3 to 4 Mercury retrogrades per year, meaning that I've watched 3 to 4 of these a year in relation to the S&P 500 day by day by day since 2007. I'm telling you, there's a definitive thing that happens here where the pre-shadow tells you what the post-shadow behavior is going to look like. And so the post-shadow starts on the 18th, and it goes from the 18th, goes from the 18th to the 7th of February. Right, so we should see a reversal around the 29th. Either a reversal, or we'll get a speed up in momentum in the direction that it's going. But usually it's a reversal. It's just these days are definitive like axes usually. And so you can see, like right here, what was this? This was like a definitive reversal right here. Went a whoosh and then down, right? That was literally when shadow started. So what we should see in most cases, and it's not always the case in the middle, There have been maybe like 3 or 4 times that this did not hold true, so you don't want to trade like this happens every single time. You want to cover your ass like a smart trader no matter what. Life happens. You could be right and still lose money. So cover yourself, right? In any case, what will likely happen is we'll have like this, we had this drop, pop, right? So we should have like a pop, drop, pop, and we probably won't go all the way back up to those highs, but we may go to like here. Where'd it go? So we'll go from somewhere like around here to somewhere probably around here. And then wherever we do start on this line, if I might be wrong, but wherever we do start, this is where it gets really reliable. Wherever the price is on this line, on the day of this line, we should see a very, very similar pattern throughout this period of time. Now, keep in mind, this period of time is not going to have the same number of trading days as this period of time, so you're not going to see identical candlesticks. But what you are going to see is a notable drop, probably from like a big push higher, a notable drop that increases, right, and then it bottoms out somewhere around the middle of this period of time. You get some back and forth behavior throughout the rest of the period, and there may be a few variations as well, because sometimes there's weekends that don't add up with the trading days. So like you'll have slightly different influences day by day in one shadow than you would have in the other shadow, whereas if every single trading day lined up exactly on both sides, it would be the exact same influence each day. The planet Mercury, from this vertical to this vertical, and then from this vertical to this vertical, is going through the same area of the sky in both cases. It's going through the same area of the sky in the same direction. And this period in the middle, Mercury is going through the same area of the sky but backwards. And that's why you usually get like a reverse pattern. There have been a couple times where it was straight bullish throughout retrograde. Very, very rare does that happen. There's also been several times where it was straight bearish throughout retrograde. That happens more than bullish for sure. But usually you get these wild swings, and they get more and more wild as you move towards these axes points. And that's Mercury retrograde, guys. So what I do is I watch this. I place a trade in the last day of retrograde in anticipation of the last day of, or I place a trade before the first day of retrograde in anticipation of the last day of retrograde when I plan to close. I won't trade in between here. Stuff is going to look so like backwards from reality during this period of time. So, but when it comes here, I'll close that position, and then I'll utilize what I saw here as my guide stick for what happens here, and I'll place a short trade on this price line, or on this date line. I'll place a short trade and ride it till roughly around here, roughly around the beginning of February. Esso? Yeah, PayPal's a good place to do that. Thank you very much, my friend. Much appreciated. PayPal's the best place to do it. You can also send it to, there's a Cash App, but PayPal's the best way to go about it. Much, much appreciated, my friend. Is there anything I can help you out with? Do you have any questions? The PayPal also, you can check it in any of the descriptions. Um, you can also go to tarotfortraders.com here. And click on resources at the top here. And there's a link to our PayPal. It's pretty simple. There's also Cash App. You can donate through Streamlabs. And then there's also a link to our Simple Swap, which is an affiliate that we work with, and you can exchange any type of crypto for any other type of crypto through Simple Swap. It's pretty dope. It's really simple, i.e., Simple Swap. But that's the best way to go about it. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you for holding true to your end of the agreement there, the karmic agreement. Let me know if there's any questions that you have that I can answer. Man, I'm trying to find this Smart Food caramel cheddar popcorn, which always sounded so nasty to me, and then one day I tried it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's like impossible to find in New York City. It's always sold out. I'm looking on Amazon. The normal bag that costs $4 in the store is selling for like more than $10 on Amazon. I can't believe this. It's literally like these companies like DiGiorno are falsely like limiting the supply to create like higher demand. It's unbelievable. You notice how DiGiorno pizzas are impossible to find? It's like crazy. Anyhow, I'm in New York, so I don't really need the DiGiorno pizzas anymore. I'm gonna roll at 4, guys. So if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna run through the what I see happening tomorrow real quick. Oof. Oh, that's no, that is a SPY. Wow. I guess that was a good opportunity to short, right? But in any case, I think we probably come back pretty strong. Man, that would have been a great opportunity right there for sure. Look at that drop. Um, and that'd be a failed attempt to break through key resistance, but there's multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. So probably what happens is we see this price level again. I would purchase protection tomorrow morning in the midst of a move higher when we reach this price level, unless we gap up and we're higher than this price level or at this price level in the morning. If we're at the price level in the morning, like when we open, I'd probably open up a short position as well, if there's already been like a move in the pre-market to the upside. But if neither of those has happened, I'm gonna wait. Like if we're up, if we're above, if we're already above, and I don't see like a move higher to get there, I'm gonna wait for like this move higher, and then I would probably get in on a short position. But it's gonna be right around the open that move higher. I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't open up a long position at this point. It would be risky, especially with being so close to Mercury turning retrograde. Uh, we're definitely going to see that resistance again, is my sense. I tried something new here with these little arrows. I'm not really gonna get into it because it's kind of like I'm testing it out. So I'm not gonna really explain these little arrows for now. But if it turns out to work well, then I'll get into it. All right, guys, I'm gonna roll. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, just like Vanessa was asking, guys, the rule of karma is super important on this channel. Make sure to follow the rule of karma. I have people that mean well, but they put off their 5% rule of karma back to the channel. Like they want to like accumulate more and make more money faster and then do it. But that's not the way the rule of karma works, my friends. And that's thinking with scarcity mentality. You really should do the 5%. Every time you make money, you should take 5% and send it back to the channel. 5% send it forward to somebody who needs it. That's following the karmic rule, the rule of karma for the channel. That is how you follow it properly, and that will bring with it great, fruitful gains. Doing it the other way, it will lead to losses. I've seen it happen. Even though the individual meant well, they're thinking with scarcity mind. And remember, the way that you think is what you get. So